Greetings, dear Cancer. Welcome to Tifa's Tarot, and I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. And today we're going to go ahead and take a peek at your Aries season read, general read. This is an intuitive tarot read. And it's also going to be covering the energy of the spring equinox, which just occurred on March 20th, okay, which ushers into Aries season, which is also a really great time for us to, I believe, on an intuitive level, set some seeds for intention. Because when we talk about the becoming of spring, first of all, it's the start of the astrological new year with Aries season that's coming in. And on top of that, that really, if we're talking about just in nature, what that really symbolizes, especially here in the Northern Hemisphere, is there are equal parts day and equal parts night. So symbolically, when you think about it, it's a time for us to really address some balances in our lives and to see where we are. It's a great time to really just do some introspection, some internal checking in with ourselves, and see how we can balance ourselves in some way. Okay, so for you, dear Cancer, we're going to go ahead and get into yours, and we are using this traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck. Okay, just keeping it old school. All right, so first, let's just set the intention that this is for you, Cancer. If you have Cancer in your sun, your moon, or your rising, then it is my sincerest intention that this reading may resonate with you in some capacity and that you are able to receive these messages and apply them to your own life, always and only for your highest good. All right. Now, let's go ahead and look into the energy of this incoming season for you. What does the spring bring for you, dear Cancer? Let's see. Let's just do one more intentional shuffle before we get started. Okay. So what does the season of the spring bring for Cancer? The energy of the spring. Okay. So first of all, you've got the Queen of Cups here. So this is, you are feeling very nurturing. You've got the strength here, Leo, big time Leo energy. But more importantly, this is strength. This is courage. This is loving yourself unconditionally, like the courage to really love yourself, right? In some way, having a lot of self-respect, bravery, courage, and all that. And then you've also got the Five of Swords. Okay. So this is combative energy. It could be arguing with people. And if it's not necessarily hostile communication, this could really talk about like you having internal battles within yourself, right? Going back and forth on things, or just having like a lot of mental conflict, okay, was what that could symbolize. So what I am seeing here, the energy is like there's some kind of conflict here because you do, due to this Five of Swords, right? And it could be with the person because it is often that queens represent, or like I would say the people in tarot, right? Like your kings, your queens, your knights, your pages, can in fact represent people. Now we're talking about that Queen of Cups energy. This is like a mother, like very nurturing, caring spirit. And then we talk about the strength. Strength, like I just previously mentioned, has to do with bravery. This is the side card of Leo as well. So they could be dealing with a Leo woman or a Leo feminine energy of some sort. And maybe there could be some, just maybe you are reconsidering something with them, or there's a lot of hostile energy with them. Now, if it's not that, this energy is you having some perhaps troubles within yourself with just feeling like confidence, right? Feeling, if it's not about a person, this is you in conflict with yourself about some type of courage that has to do with your femininity or your feminine energy in some way for my Cancers who are females. Okay. And maybe like losing some confidence also, like it just feels like there's something here because Cancer, this is actually you, Cancer, right? The Queen of Cups is water. And it is a very like feminine energy. And maybe there's just like, maybe somebody's trying to set you back in your place, right? Where you could be like fighting with someone about that. Or it could be this internal pressure that you're putting on yourself and it's affecting your esteem or your confidence in some way, okay? So that is the energy of the spring for you. Let's get into something that's waking up in your life at this point in time. Um, like we said, the springtime is a time where seeds, we start planting seeds, right? We plant the seeds metaphorically and physically into our world. And let's see something that's waking up in your life right now. This is after the dark heaviness of the winter. What is waking up in your life at this time, Cancer? Okay, I see you getting really curious. You got this Page of Swords here. This is like you could be on the internet a lot, have a lot of internet presence, or it's just you being like just curious, like you're inquisitive about the world around you at this time. Could be like learning new information about things. You've got the Queen of Swords. This is definitely very like thoughtful. I'm seeing you're operating definitely more in your mental world at this point in time. And you've got the Three of Wands. Okay, so you could be planning something as well. Three of Wands talks about maybe a business. I'm seeing that the Three of Wands does indicate like you're doing the research and then you're kind of waiting for your ships to come in, almost like a merchant of some sort, right? Like there's some type of commerce involved here. Expansion is about travel. It's about like, looking forward to what's going to come to you. And it's coupled with these two mental cards. So this could be you doing your research and some things and you making really sound decisions when it comes to perhaps business, because you've got the Queen of Swords, which is you don't want to just have things emotionally make sense to you and only just logically make sense to you. This is about being having like very healthy, good perspective and not being led in any direction, whether it be mental or physical. It's an alignment of your heart and your headspace. Okay, I'm really just being super self-sufficient and being able to see being able to see situations with clarity and honesty. Okay, and that Page of Swords is all about communicate. Well, more than just communication, it's really honestly doing your due diligence, is doing research, is looking at the internet, is interviewing people, it's finding out stuff, right? It's locating the information that you need, right? And you're putting those seeds in, and it's like you're working on it, and it's just you're gonna within this season and the incoming next months, you're going to be able to see some fruits of your labor, so to speak. Okay. So that's what I kind of see waking up into you. I see you involved in a project. I see you really doing the work on, especially on a mental level, in order to get something going. Okay, Cancer. Now, next, let's look at some opportunities that lay ahead for you. And I'm excited for that because it does look like you have something on your mind that you are trying to bring forth. Okay, so let's see what opportunities are ahead of you. Okay, a lot of assessing. Things do start moving here, I feel. The Seven of Pentacles is about you really seeing where you are, like how much work you put in, and having a time to really pause and to see like what happens next. Okay. You've got the Lovers. There could be something here about a partnership that is helpful to you, especially a romantic one. Okay, and you got the Magician here. This is beautiful. I don't know if I want to take these. These kind of came out on their own. Let's take a look at them though. I actually kind of like it. You've got the Fool, also the Hermit, and the Judgment. I don't know. I guess these were supposed to be in here too. They just popped out separately on this side, and then the Magician popped out on that side. So I'm taking it as a sign. Typically, I would not take this many cards, but how it just happened was just like, turn those cards over and let's see. So the opportunities that I see for you, I do see things like I see you really starting something. And I don't know if it's a business, I don't know if it's a course of study, but I'm almost like really tempted to say is some type of service or business or something you're investing in, right? That you, whether that's that time, money, resources, right? I see you investing in something and you're doing the work to get things off the ground. And then you get to a point where you start to see a lot of leeway, right? You start to see things kind of materialize. You got the, like when you talk about that Seven of Pentacles, it's like, well, this went well. Like I got this, but what are the next moves? What do I need to do next? Right. How can I take what I have right now and grow upon this opportunity? And there's something here about perhaps a partnership of some sort really being able to help you out, particularly as a romantic partnership. So if you are, romantically involved with someone, which I kind of saw here, and then I'm kind of going back to the relationship aspect, and this is your initial energy of that. Whereas just like this is you and your could be perhaps fighting with, not really fighting like where it's like um hostile in any way, but it could just be having some tense discussions, or conflictive discussions with another person, right? And you're really standing your ground here because that's what that strength card calls for. And it's like there's something that you're trying to make other people around you understand, and you could have a lot of naysayers who are just like, well, I don't know if that's a good idea. Are you sure you should be doing that, right? It kind of has that energy attached to it, and then it's awakening in you, and you can't get rid of you're not listening to the naysayers around you, and you're deciding to really do the homework and forge into your own direction, right? With that Page of Swords and the Queen of Swords, and actually do things that make like what you're making like wise counsel. And the wise counsel is yourself, right? You're depending on yourself because you're doing the homework yourself. And then you start to put in the work and you start to like be like, okay, well, I should start to see some results of this. And then all of a sudden, boom, if you're in a partnerships, that same person or people who were like, I wasn't quite sure when you had that idea. Like, I know that whether they say this or not, this is the energy that is around it. They start to kind of see the like, hey, like Cancer is actually like was onto something. Like I wasn't really behind it. I was a little skeptical. Like, and then suddenly they kind of come in to be able to they become as a resource for you, right? And it's an opportunity that kind of comes in. And with that, you're able to manifest, right? That magician is using the resources that are available to you, whether it be people, whether it be like your job, your like whatever physical resources that are available to you at this time, you are utilizing that, and you are seeing and you're changing that into into like a higher vibration, right? Or bringing in more opportunity from that, right? It's alchemy, right? That's exactly what the magician does. The magician performs alchemy. This is like, I'm turning what I have, right? He's pointing at the ground, and he's like, and I am taking the inspiration onto me, right? To change this into, it's like, it's cooking. It's cooking. You go and get the ingredients, you chop, you mix, you stir, put things together, and boom, you have like delicious food. Okay. So it's basically that is insinuating that. But I do think you take a little bit of a time off. It kind of comes after a time off. Like I'm not sure what the timeline is, but the Hermit to me indicates that you are you take some time, because the Hermit is about being wise, is about seeking counsel within oneself, looking for that inner wisdom. And that inner wisdom you've been doing with all the research you've been doing, all of the time that you've been investing in this. That's part of this Hermit mode, right? Where it's just like you kind of disappear from people a little bit, you withdraw, because you're working on stuff, and you become awakened to an opportunity with this Judgment card. It's almost like the more work that you and energy that you put into this project or whatever it is that you're doing, this Judgment is like it becomes clearer and clearer that this is where you're meant to be. It's like a wake up call. It's almost like I've discovered a new purpose for life right now, right? You wake up to that, right? And then you start a new journey from that. This is really beautiful, Cancer. I really hope this is resonating with some of you. And like I said, like we're all not, if you're Cancer, you're not all on the same, we're all on the same timeline, obviously, but we are experiencing variations of this kind of energy in different things that we're doing, because we're different ages, we're in different parts of the world, we have different challenges, there's different things we want to do. But what I'm seeing is there's a Cancerian theme here of productivity for this spring. Like you really are awakening to wanting to do something and getting the support and putting the time and the effort into it, to the point where it kind of starts out as a simple curiosity, and then you just start building up the momentum to make it bigger than what you initially saw it to be. Okay. So I am seeing that. That's an interesting, and very interesting theme I'm seeing here for you, Cancer. And finally, how can you allow light into your life? Okay. So this is, we're always on a journey, cycle to cycle. And we want to allow the light in, okay? Especially in these times, if you are connected to the outside world in any type of capacity, you understand how tense it is to be a human being right now. And so we've got the High Priestess, which is tapping into your intuition. I think it's not letting you wrong. Your intuition is actually leading you to greater mental clarity as well. Okay, and you've got the Nine of Pentacles. Now, this is accepting the abundance that comes to you. Nine of Pentacles is allowing yourself to those nice things, pamper yourself a little bit. And then you got the nine. Oh my God, this is beautiful. The Nine of Cups as well, which really goes along with that Hermit here. Remember, we talked about that Hermit, which was about isolating. Now, these energies in itself, this is you really like tapping into your intuitive power at this time. And you are highly intuitive, Cancer, because you are connected to the moon. You could even be moody, right? Because the moon does change cycle or changes phases every 2 days and signs every 2 days. But it's like there's something very consistently emotion, like you just know you're used to like relying on your like gut instincts or your intuitive nudges, so to speak. And it's like now you're starting to back that up with actual tangible, logical, rational things. And it's just like you knew that that was the right move. Okay. So that's the light that you allow in your life, is listening to those nudges and understanding that they can lead you to bountiful success. Nine of Pentacles. Now, here we are looking at luxury. This is being self-sufficient. This is having like a lot of financial success, resources coming to you, right? Like finally being able to like go on that vacation, buy that bag, buy that computer console you're thinking about, like whatever it is to pamper yourself on a material level, like you're able to actually do that. That's the light that's coming towards you right now. And then you got the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups also has this indication of joy, but it's more of like being so satisfied in your own space, in your own company, and not really needing other people around you. And that really does support that Hermit energy, where I do see in the next coming months, like you're really going to be holding back from a lot of people, because you're really putting your energy into something else that I believe has something to do more with like self-improvement or something that you're working on at this time. All right. So that's what I got for you, Cancer. If this resonated with you, please do comment, like, subscribe, all of that jazz. Let me know how this resonated with you in some capacity, right? And also do consider booking me for a reading. I do readings. I will attach some links at the description of this video so that you can see the services that I provide. And if you like the way that I do tarot, do consider that. Very reasonably priced. All right. So have a very good day and a great start of the season, Cancer, and take care. Bye.